I grew up around a lot of music. My parents ran an entertainment agency, a very small one, for working men's clubs in the south of England. Growing up, at least when we lived with our father, the house was always full of people. All the women were strippers, and all the men were country and western singers. So I just grew up thinking that women take their clothes off and men play guitars. And, which in certain parts of the world is absolutely right. So my biggest hero was this, guy who was 6'6", black belt in judo, bodybuilder who sang like Elvis. And he was really kind to us. My father was like 5'4", very old, bent over, not very well. So that's really where I just always wanted a guitar, always. Well, New Wave had started to subside at that point, and it was more a question of the new synthesizer bands, people like Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark, Depeche Mode, Human League, all those guys, really. Or Japan was another one. Very, very good use of synthesizers. And Peter Gabriel 3 had also come out in 1980. Hurting, the lyrics on the first album, without a question, spring out of depression. And because I was depressed. The older I get, the less depressed I am, because experience and a lot of good experience really is taking over. And that's the way that life works. I think that's wonderful. And, I'm not so worried about things as I used to be. I used to be very sort of worried about the world and politics and the nuclear issue. And now I'm just worried about keeping my marriage together. Musically, I had been on tour around the world promoting Elemental and had a very, very good live band. Also at the time, there were people like the Breeders making records with guitars, which were very, very interesting and exciting. And so I thought, I wanted to make an album that we could play live easily, play live well, because the older I get, the stronger my desire becomes to put on a really good live show, because you do spend months and months on the road, and the better the live show, the more fun you have. It's as simple as that. And it also becomes much bigger than just one album. And this is you with the audience. There's nothing in between. There's no record company, no videos, nothing. And that has become a priority. We toured Songs in the Big Chair for around 8 months. This is really my first time going around the world, aged 24, 25. Massive success, and a management team that were very keen on sort of striking while the iron was hot. We never really had time to enjoy the success, to sit back. People would sort of make me aware of exactly what kind of money I was making at the time, but it was kind of meaningless because I really wasn't enjoying what I was doing. And the bigger we had become, the more pressure I felt. We made the video for Raoul and the Kings of Spain, not in Spain, but actually in California, in a place called Riverside, which is about 1.5 hours east of LA. Some eccentric millionaire built a hotel there called the Mission Inn, which has been built in an absolutely true to a Spanish style. The place is quite amazing. The shoot itself wasn't particularly enjoyable because I find Raoul and the Kings of Spain such an intense song that it actually put me in quite a black mood. That and the fact that it was, over 90 degrees of heat. It was a heavy period. There I was, kind of hating what I was doing. We only had 2 albums, by the way. So when you're on tour for 8 months and you've only got 2 albums worth of material, it really, I think that's the thing that gets to you, because you can't mix and match, and do a new set. When I saw Alita play in a hotel bar, it was like a revelation. Here was somebody expressing herself in a way which wasn't very European. A different kind of blues, a different kind of angst, different kind of soul. And the difference between us up there just going through the motions and her down here reaching near perfection was amazing, and I thought, that's where I've got to go.
Sure.
Period. And this is the point where it was no longer really a duo. We'd presented the thing as a duo during the Hurting and Big Chair. There'd always been other people involved. I was tired of the whole notion of the duo, and I thought it stank.